Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now that's a name I've heard in a long time. A long time. Guess my luck is getting better. So, alright. And I wasn't even aware that I was given like some of the episodes early. I mean, only a few hours in my time zone, but so with that in mind, let's talk about the first two episodes of Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi event series. Let's get started. So, the series takes place 10 years after the Avengement of the Sith, 9 years before the events of New Hope. I mean, where Obi-Wan, played by Ewan McGregor, has gone into hiding. This is where 66 rang out, and we also get a brief recap of the story so far. And it makes sense, even adds new elements to the material. I mean, especially to the Attack of the Jedi Temple, which definitely hits differently for a number of reasons. I mean, since I'll say, we also see how he took up the alias Ben, which is a common enough name in any galaxy. Hey, that it won't raise questions. Why the Empire has not sensed his presence for so long. The idea that he deliberately was suppressing his powers, and even using like a clumsy random blaster rather than his powers or his lightsaber definitely makes sense in this context. Yeah. So, I'd say that my early impressions based on the first two episodes, with the remaining four being put out once a week throughout the rest of this series, are quite positive. Not only in a sense of seeing existing characters like young Luke and Leia, yeah, as well as seeing what Uncle Owen as well as Bail Organa and his wife have been doing, the past decade, but also relatively new characters to this canon, and such as the enigmatic Haj Estri, played by Kumar Nanjiani, as well as like the third sister Reva, and I think she actually does a good job what she's given. And as for the other Inquisitor, his after admitting not watching Rebels, I won't say why, but something. What happens at the end of the second is that this is not the same Inquisitor we saw in that sense. Apparently, even though it's just going to be an event series, but albeit with a rating, acting production value, one of the movies is perhaps that could open the door for Jason's version to appear here, show the opportunity for us more, and I hope it does. Visually, of course, it's quite impressive. As I mean, in terms of the fight choreography, as well as like the designs of the worlds themselves, and like the stagecraft at VR set design is definitely very interesting. How it combines practical and digital tech seamlessly. I mean, which is why I like to strike a balance between like how of digital effects as well as like being practical. I mean, a visual trilogy. I mean, I'm unfamiliar with the cinematographer, production designer, and editors, but they've done good work here, I would say. Also liking how they brought back John Williams to compose Obi-Wan's unique the new composer Natalie Holt. I'm liking her work already. And I gotta say, hey, you have the obvious Easter eggs, like how, like seeing Luke's T-16 Skyhopper model, like the Womp Rat in the desert. But even some more subtle ones, like apparently Obi-Wan and also Princess Teros Kasai as well. I mean, a more subtle forest-based martial arts. I mean, where interesting how one of the worst games in the saga has actually become one of the best additions to the new canon, and interestingly enough. And I've also noticed a lot of pattern of not only, even though this is like a new expanded universe I've done, and they are using all the elements from the old expanding universe in interesting ways, and also infusing it with other genres, part of the typical space opera. I mean, I'll be talking more about the Cassian Andor series when I have time, but I will say, hey, that definitely looks like it'll be something like a Star Wars espionage series, which is what I've already got to see on the Vanker Frame. So, whatever the case might be, I'm definitely going to be keeping up with the rest of the series, and I'm also going to have to reshuffle things around because something came up on my end once again. But you'll still see things like my next look at the Owl House with the second season finale and the final part of the one of the final episodes of Stranger Things. So that'll be all for now. May the force be with you all.